Hello, hello.
Oh,
Hey man,
okay.
appreciate you, Octavia Jane, because I ain't even know that my stuff wasn't working. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Octavia.
Alright,
Miss
now we're
Octavia.
gonna start this Bible study. That's what we're doing, Octavia Jane, today. And
Soul
before
Food
we,
Sabbath days.
yeah, Soul Food Sabbath Days. That's what we got on the YouTube channel, Clean Rich. You can watch the playlist, and you can watch right now. You feel me?
All
Alright,
in.
so we're gonna start with everybody's most high moment that they had this week.
All right, let me jump in real quick right after you, kind sir, your kingship. Wanna since we have people here, want to introduce them to the different voices. You have the main man himself, the channel that we are on, the Soul Food Sabbath Day reading. Mr. Clean Rich himself. Wah, wah. Right, followed by yours truly, Little Killer Pooh. There's nothing little killer about how he kill him and how he pull on but right now you're gonna have him. He's gonna read up. You're gonna hear his voice in there, right? Then it's gonna be myself at your favorite general, General North. Yours truly. And we're all here to. We took the time out on our own. This is not something we force. We don't rehearse this. We don't meet on Thursday. Be like, hey, what's that thing gonna do on Soul Food Shabbat Day? We don't do that. Not at us. Not at us. What we do is we make a decision to come together in these days and time, remembering the old ways, remembering our first love, right, and His ways. And it's good because we are also family, right? These two young gentlemen are my boys. Big in the spiritual sense was my first blessing that I ever had, right? And I'm so glad that I get to see him as a man, right? And then that other little bugger, he just came along and just stole everything. He just stole it. Still file a police report on his tail, but yes, little killer Pooh not only expresses and exonerate a hidden discernment blessed from Most High since he was young, right? The ability and patience that he shows, especially dealing with us. Me and Big are two extreme opposites, but at the same time, we love each other, so we the same, right? And to have that anchor and to hold things down, it's a blessing. And then I want to just say this one more thing, right? We do have an expert in the room. When I say expert, right? Big actually did 40 days of fasting and supplication and worship to the Most High. Gave up, gave up all of his consumables. What will make him feel good in food? Because food could be a medicine, it could be a comfort, it could be a crush, it can be a vice. Use it wrong, and just solely focus on hearing that. And so we appreciate that as he step up in this princely king altar and princely king situation, and the young prince, young king in the making, right? And little killer Pooh. So these gentlemen's future, right? Watch out for them. We come in, we go. But it's what we do right here that will echo throughout eternity. So,
Facts.
Most High, let's get it. Let's go. Most High willing, let's do this.
Alright, let's start with the most high moments everybody had this week.
Little Killer Pooh talk too much. I'm jump right in. It's like,
Most high moment.
body.
I'm still alive, still in good
Mm,
health,
mm.
and I was able to wake up for this reading.
Hallelujah.
Amen. What say you, General North?
Well, I had a brief Most High moment this morning. When you have the actualization that you're on the right path, you have chosen to press the right buttons, right? In Madden or Street Fighter or anything you guys would think about. There's a tonality. Like I'm learning now. The most high moment for me was mastering. the art of being in the spirit over being in the zone, right? Like the
Mm,
difference in the two. So I'm in the zone. You see what I'm saying? It's like energy. But this morning I was in the spirit. It was almost as if I was a guest in someone's house, but it was in my heart.
mm,
Mm.
And to make that connection and to be able to slowly start to master how to tap into that source was a most high moment in itself, gentlemen. And I'm not gonna hold you. It was beautiful. I cried. It touched me deep. Touched me deep, Shrek.
nice. I don't know if I can top that.
There ain't no topping it. You sharing, baby. We sharing.
Sheesh.
We are together. That
But
was
yeah,
together.
I had a couple most high moments this week. So basically, I saw this video with like, I guess they was interviewing the devil, and like he
Mm,
was basically saying everything that like goes wrong in like the world is basically his plan and what he was trying to do.
mm,
And like, so like he was like, yeah, so when everybody was just watching porn, they get all these ideas, and then they want to try it, and then the first people they try it is on younger people. So like there's
mm.
like spirits in all that stuff that you watching, that like you put in your body, that just hurts you in the future and you don't even know about it. Like you have these urges to do everything, and then once you see a slight urge, you be like, "Oh yeah, let me try this. I saw it before. Oh, yeah." That's not being yourself for real. And then basically in the end of that video, he was like, "Man, all these Jesus worshippers, all these Jesus believers, like the die-hard Jesus fans, they the only ones ruining my work." And like what that's basically his plan, to keep us away from the spirit. And when you in the spirit, you're you're at most yourself at all times when you're in the spirit. So
Super dope.
so after that video, I just wasn't afraid of nothing no more. I was like, yeah, God got me. I ain't, the world do not got me. The world
At
does not
all.
got me.
At all.
Facts.
At
And
all.
then
And
and then like after that, there was a Bible like verse of the day. I read it, and then I read the whole thing, and then Jesus was like, "Yeah, man, they hated me first. They gonna hate you, bro." I was like, "Wow." I mean, it
here's another.
just makes sense.
Before
And
we get into readings, Big, here's one thing I want you to start to pay attention to, right? Um, what 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 the what we would call the devil or the shaitan or the adversary, or sometimes it's a tester spirit, right? Will come in certain amount of numbers, like twos or threes, right? Almost like waves. So the thing I love about what you were telling me, and I love how you expressed that. Thanks for sharing that. Was that the first wave you saw it, you caught it, like ha ha, right? But they really were doing a red herring for the second wave, and you're like, what's the second wave? The focus, you kept it 100, but the focus of taking all praises due onto the Most High and give it onto a creation that they created named Jesus the Christ. Be mindful of that trick back. So now they're gonna dress it up like, oh man, Jesus is taking the hit and buying the devil. So all I gotta do is focus on Jesus, right? When Jesus is a Latin creation, name is Yahushua or Yeshua, right? If we're talking about the Lamb, and the Lamb, we got to be mindful. The Lamb is worthy to be praised, but not in front of the Most High. So they try, you see what I'm saying? They try the little trick bags and hopefully they catch somebody. Now that somebody, they didn't catch you, but somebody could have get caught. Somebody hearing it could get caught in, okay, let me go follow Jesus, right? And let me go get a cross. Now you're going against the Most High. If that makes sense, because remember, you're going against the Ten Commandments. They're only keeping you in the New Testament.
Mm.
Mm.
So be careful of that trick bag. These dudes are super slick. Super slick. Yeah, that was super dope.
But
You
yeah,
said, yeah,
after that, I was I was not afraid to freestyle no more.
please don't ever, 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 ever. All right. Well, as we all may know, we got 23 of them things. Yeah, that's a Jordan number. That's the number they like to play with. So that means that two people will have eight and one humble servant will have seven. I'll take the seven.
Eh.
Did I get
And,
that right?
and what's the order?
That's correct.
I knew that.
And what's the
You
order?
were paying attention.
Welcome to Good Burger. I'm at a Good Burger, man. Take your order.
Sounded like he went first. I'll
I
take the
thought I'd
middle.
go first.
I'll take second.
Dang.
You want
Alright.
second, Dick? I'm sorry. You can take second. Or you want it
Nah,
first? Talk to me.
nah, that's good. That's
Sure?
the order.
All right, that's the order. You're right. Order in the court. Yeah, I
Take it
gotta see my
away,
second.
Pooh.
Good, you got it. Got it. Got it.
Listen to me, you who pursue righteousness, seeking Yahweh. Look to the rock you were hewn from, and to the hole of the pit you were dug from. Look to Abraham your father, and to Sarah who bore you. For he was alone when I called him, and I blessed him and increased him. For Yahweh shall comfort Sion, he shall comfort her all her waste places. For he makes her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of Yahweh. Excuse me. Joy and gladness are found in it, thanksgiving and the voice of song. Listen to me, my people, and give ear to me, O my nation, for the Torah goes forth from me. My right ruling has set as a light to peoples. My righteousness is near. My deliverance shall go forth. And my arms judge peoples. Coastlands wait upon me, and for my arm they wait expectantly. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look on the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish like smoke, and the earth wear out like a garment, and those who dwell in it die as gnats. But my deliverance is forever, and my righteousness is not broken. Listen to me, you who know righteousness, the people who in whose heart is my Torah. Do not fear the reproach of men, nor be afraid of their revelings. For a moth eats them like a garment, and a worm eats them like wool. But my righteousness is forever, and my deliverance to all generations.
Awake, awake. Put on strength, O arm of Yahuwah. Awake as in the days of old, everlasting generations. Was it not you who cut Rahab apart and pierced the crocodile? Was it not you who dried up the sea, the waters of the great deep, who made depths of the sea a way for the redeemed to pass over? And let the ransom of Yahuwah return, and they shall come to Sion with singing, with everlasting joy on their heads. Let them attain joy and gladness, sorrow and sighing shall flee away. I, I am he who comforts you. Who are you that you should be afraid of man that dies, and of the Son of Man who's made like grass? And you have forgotten your Yahuwah? And you have forgotten Yahuwah, your master, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth? And you continually fear all the day because of the rage of the oppressor as he is prepared to destroy? And where's the rage of the oppressor? Foul. He has to be loosened, that he should not die in a pit. and that his bread should not fail. But I am your Elohim, stirring up the seas and waves, and its waves roar. Yahuwah of hosts is his name.
And I have put my words in your mouth, and with shadow of my hand I have covered you to plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and to say to Sion, you are my people. Awake, awake yourself, rise up, O Jerusalem, you who have drunk at the hand of Yahweh the cup of his wrath, you have drunk the dregs of the cup of reeling, and drained it out. Of all the sons she bore, she has none to guide her, and and of all the sons she has brought up, none is strengthening her hand. Both these are coming upon you. Who is sorry for you? Ruin and destruction, scarcity of food and sword. How shall I comfort you? Your sons have fainted. They lie at the head of the streets like a gazelle in a net. They are filled with the wrath of Yahweh, the rebuke of your Elohim. Therefore, please hear this. You afflicted and drunk, but not with wine. Thus said your master, Yahweh, and your Elohim, who pleads the cause of his people. See, I shall take out your hand the cup of reeling, the dregs of the cup of my wrath. Never again shall you drink it. And I shall put put it into the hand of those who afflict you, who have said to your being, bow down, and we pass over you. And you made your back like the ground, and as the street to walk over.
Hmm.
Mm.
Dang. Y'all got anything on the
Excuse me. Uh, on verse 6, sound like he's saying, like, when all is said and done, the only thing that'll be left is my word.
Mm.
He said verse 6.
Yeah. Lift up your eyes to the heavens and look on the earth beneath, for the heavens shall vanish like smoke,
Mm.
and the earth wear out like a
Mm.
garment, and those who dwell in it die like gnats.
Mm.
But my deliverance is forever, and my righteousness is not broken.
Mm.
Tough.
Highlight this on both my equipment. That was dope, man.
That's
So
what I got.
I I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Two things I'm gonna say that, right? I used
Hmm.
to say we see a repeating theme. I'm wrong. I'm just saying I gotta fix that and say correct that and say this is how consistent the Most High is.
Hmm.
So it's like you know what to expect with the Most High as long as you walk in His way. You know what it looks like outside of walking with His in His ways, right? Well, some of us do. Let's be clear. I'm sorry. Some of us do. Some of us don't. What I'm and it's like it's ever so apparently clear, right? His people that He has chosen, He had made that covenant with, right? This is are their rewards and punishment that is now is playing out. And it's playing out in these generations. So the hope is like, look, the generations before, and mind you, we after the generation of Yahshua walking the earth, the Messiah walking the earth. So we're coming closer to. There were some people that they didn't even come yet. In between, they had their once again they had their Messiahs to get them through, but not the Lamb.
Hmm.
So if you can imagine us, remember the rowboat, everything is behind us, but it's also in front of us, right? It's we're heading just like how we look at it on Call of Duty, like where we're pointing at sometimes, where that beak is pointing at, sometimes not what we're looking at on the screen, right? Or sometimes, like if you're looking at your teammates. So simply saying or trying my best to simplify it is going to be a constant stretch out of the arm, a constant understanding to tell his children every iteration, come back. There's nothing out there. You chased all
Mhm.
these other deities for what? I don't care about them. Well, why can't we? That's not for us. That's not how we gain power. You want to give him your power? Fine, do that. Right? But you want to stay in the spirit? You want to stay in that zone? Do these. And once again, right? This is before, like, remember, Big, those waves. These things are happening in waves as well. And the Most High has all his time. He created it. He doesn't have to rush. He doesn't have to hurry. And if we could time and tune ourselves in that, you'll see the things we probably was rushing to do will just happen organically. So hence, guys, going back to the soul food Sabbath day reading, that's why we say it's not forced, right? You don't have to force yourself into doing the right thing. If you have to, hey, you got a bigger discipline curve. Some of us are in tune with the Most High. Some of us are, and it's a daily thing, everyday thing. So once again, I
Mhm.
thank you all for even being a part of this, even tuning into this. People out there in the listening world, but for these young warriors here in this chat in this group right now, right? These are your charges. Maintain your discipline. Like it's like almost like, hey, man, I can't go to the gym today. It's just that simple. Like, man, I'm gonna put the Most High in most regard today. I'm a little tired, man. I want to watch this thing on YouTube for a little bit.
Fact.
It's that fast. And nobody telling you to stay on it all the time. You would almost want to stay on it all the time. Because it's about like eating healthier. Like once you start eating healthier, it's kind of hard for you to the junk food day. It almost hurts,
Fact.
right? So if that's food for the body, imagine food in the form of knowledge in this righteous book that we are reading together that we can derive from. So yes, to some people these are just words on paper. But to those of us that are his children's babies, it's a key to life. Also almost a Geiger counter, if you will, a directional wayfinder for us to get back in our senses, our good graces, and our kingship, our royal priesthoods, our kingliness, nobility.
Mhm.
So I like these because it takes us to where they were at in that particular day and time, right? Like it wasn't you was you begin to see like what they tell you and what you're reading and discovering are starting to become two separate things. And you get to understand why that is important. Like I don't now I'm not even hating my enemy. I know you have to kind of stop. I know you have to attempt to stop me. Because me in my full regalia, once again, I'm bleach. And anything, any arrogance you want to hold on to, any boastfulness you want to hold to, the most high gonna wash that away. Or it's gonna perish. It's gonna burn. How you want it? How you try act?
Hey, thanks for tuning in, Chloe.
All right, big
Big
hit us,
C
sir.
Money.
For your input.
So, I mean, I just feel like Yahweh was preaching to the people. He was just like, All you really gotta do is look to me.
That's it.
Just wake up. You trying to tell them, wake up. What y'all doing is wrong. Wake up. You guys are getting drunk, but not with wine. Like you're not having fun with Yahweh. You're having fun with the devil. That's basically just,
You're getting drunk with the sins of the blasphemers.
Mm.
and not getting drunk with your blessings and joy.
So guys, on the in the listening world, right? Just so because the boys and I have been on this journey for some time now, and this is super dope. So we're talking, and not to get too far ahead, right? Just to understand, it's something as simple as there's an NBA Finals going on in this daytime with whatever iteration of this final,
It's
right?
rigged.
Exactly. There's an energy that's going to be devoted by the fanatics, fans, right? That should be only given unto a God, right? But these people are going to make regular people a system higher than the Most High for these weeks and then go find something else to go put higher than the Most High, something they could put their spiritual energy into. Someone we could talk about the stats and this and this. That's the American culture. It's okay. I understand. Hey, I'm American. What we're tapping into is a Hebraic culture that was focused on the Most High. I'm not sitting there talking about the Kabbalah, the Talmud. I get it. We're tracking them in time. And all the things that you think you're getting attacked by or tempted by to take you away from the Most High, they were facing the exact same things, but just in their time. Right. So in the future, they may have flying cars. Okay, that technology doesn't change what you give your energy to.
Facts.
Yeah, they didn't have phones back then, but we're still using the phone to give reverence and pay attention to the Most High. Like Big was talking about, we're not using it to pass smut, porn. Hey man, look at this porn girl. Look at this girl on porn. That's what we're talking about. The crust of where your heart is founded and rooted in. What do you wake up every morning and think about?
Mm.
What is the burning thought behind your mind? And if it's something shallow, trust and believe your results will be shallow, meaning you can't jump into that pool unless you're skillful. But when you put it into the most high, it's as deep as the deeper than the ocean. So these are these like when we talk about Yeshayah, Isaiah or Yeshayah, right? Yeshayah. This is a this is a the biggest night right now. Like in his time, he's the highest order. You want to talk about Star Wars, the Jedi, whatever? He is that with the force of the Most High, the set apart spirit. So yeah, act like they don't take from him. Yeah, they do take,
Mm.
and no force could match him in his day. And there were others, but this is the one we're studying now in his time, right? They're fighting. They're fighting different fights at this point.
Mm.
All right, but we can't forget we're still in the fight ourselves. So I'm gonna just say this one more thing. Don't change who you are as a person. We're not asking you to stop being XYZ. We're just saying that if you are part of this family or want to serve this family or be a sojourner with this family, act according. Family members get this part of the lesson. Sojourners, we get this part of the lesson. Followers get, we are getting closer to the family. When they talk about letting us making making us in their image is in the heart first.
Mm.
Let's build a house for them in our heart first, so we can look like them and be a part of that family. Get his last name. Elohim will be our last name. Change our clothes up. We won't need these garments. Me personally, I'm attempting to be at the highest level. Y'all want to come in, y'all gotta have to call me. You know what I'm saying on the angel line, like yeah, can we come in? Like I don't know, man. You was messing with me when I was playing Halo, little killer poop. You didn't let me
Yeah.
get to my full potential. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever want to hold that against you. Like I get it, I get it. But yeah, I myself personally am fighting to be in the highest of the highest levels. I want to be in this set apart here call. Right? So that's what I'm fighting for. Cause what we living for? Like if we're living to get our name etched in the stars, how many people came before us and how many people gonna come after us? Even if we wrote our name in the history book, who's even gonna read it? Right? Like so whatever your ego could go far as your ego go to be noticed or whatever, is nothing that reward is nowhere next to the reward of putting the most high first.
Mm.
Let's hit it.
15 of them things. Everybody get five.
That's it.
All right, let's go.
Take it away, boo.
Awake, awake. Put on your strength, O Sion. Put on your garments of splendor, O Yerushalayim. Set apart city. For no more do the uncircumcised and the unclean come into you. Shake yourself from the dust. Arise and sit down, O Yerushalayim. Loose yourself from the bonds of your neck, O captive daughter of Sion. For thus said Yahweh, you have been sold for naught, and you are redeemed not with silver. For thus said the Master Yahweh, at first my people went down into Mitzrayim to return there, and Asher oppressed them without cause. And now, what have I here? Declares Yahweh, that my people are taken away for naught. Those who rule over them make them wail, declares Yahweh. My name is despised all day continually.
Therefore, my people shall know my name in that day, for I am the one who is speaking. See, it is I. How pleasant upon the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news, who proclaims peace, who brings good news, who proclaims deliverance, who say to Sion, your Elohim reigns. The voice of the watchmen shall lift up their voices together, and they shout for joy, because eye to eye they see the return of Yahuwah to Zion. Break forth into joy, sing together, your waste place of Yeshayah. Yahuwah shall comfort his people. He shall redeem Yerushalayim. Yahuwah shall lay bare his set apart arms in the eyes of all the nations, and all ends of the earth shall see the deliverance of our Elohim.
Take it away. Let's fight.
What's coming?
Yahweh shall lay bare his set apart arm in the eyes of all nations, and all the ends of the earth shall see the deliverance of our Elohim. Turn aside, come out from there. Touch not the unclean. Come out of her midst. Be clean, you who bear the vessels of Yahweh. For you shall not come out in haste, nor go in flight. For Yahweh is going before you, and the Elohim of Israel is your rear guard. See, My servant shall work wisely. He shall be exalted and lifted up very high. As many were astonished at you, so the disfigurement beyond any man's form, beyond the sons of men. He shall likewise startle many nations. Sovereigns shut their mouth at him. For what had not been recounted to them, they shall see, and what they had not heard, they shall understand.
Mm.
Sheesh. Yahweh putting the pressure on him.
Gotta soak that one in.
It's like he's talking to some kids and that he just put in the corner.
That's what it is. That's what it, but and see that the thing I like how you heard that big, and it's when we talk about the dual-edged sword that his beloved lamb carries too. He gets it from his father. The
Facts.
same tongue that's rebuking you is also lifting you up. That's a loving father, right? Like I'm gonna jump into one, and I know Pooh going. Thank you for allowing me to speak, second, sir. Thank you, sir. I mean, I'm gonna jump down to Yeshayah in the chapter 50, 52 chapter, the 12th verse, right? He said, "For you shall not come out in haste, nor go into flight, for Yahuwah is going before you, and the Elohim of Israel is your rear guard." It's like I'm gonna be in both places. I got you in the front and the back.
Facts.
It's me. And people, we gotta understand, right? Like one thing we're not. I don't think we emphasize when we're talking here, and we have to be responsible because Yahuwah, the Most High, our Elohim, Yahweh, as you call him, he's. I just want you to think about it, right? There was a point when Louis the 14th, and there's no way next to the Most High, he would talk as France. I just want to let that sink in. So he would say, "I France." He's all of France. He talks as France,
Mm.
right? So Joe Biden, "I United States." He's talking for United States. He's representing the United States, right? The Queen of England, King of England, whoever is there, Buckingham Palace, whatever. The Most High, right, is the end is all. He also has a heavenly host. Some of these people talking through him are watchers, people as us, or people given with talented abilities to communicate with the folk. This is a nation. This is something, a spiritual, not just a spiritual house, it's a spiritual country.
Mm.
He's come, like when they describe him, like when those of us that can get that level of revelation describe him, he's got these four creatures that you're like, how can that even be? Is that even that's like you can't even fathom the cherubims. They try to make him cute little angel, little fat little angel wings and stuff like that. But they do one look like a screaming eagle, one look like a roaring lion, one look like a handsome man, and one look like an ox. Not like no bull, not like a cow, an ox with the horns.
Mm.
Wings, six wings. Man, if I get six wings right now, I'll be happy. Just give me a six-wing biscuit set, man. Let me get two biscuits with that. Strawberry cake. So there's things that we can't even put in our own mind. And he's got them. They just there. And we're not even talking about that. Strange as that is. I mean, I'm not even gonna go the eyes that's all over it. That means they're watching. They have eyes. They didn't say, yo, they were just looking all the way around. They said they had eyes all over their bodies. How do you
Mm.
shake that person's hand? Do you punk them in the eye when you zap them up? What do you do? Give them a head nod? What? Then there's 24 elders, 24 kings that sit behind. or sit around paying obeisance to him, reverence to him. That's in his court. We haven't even panned out to the people yet. That's in his court. They describe his reign. It says if you ever look up the color of emerald and it looked like an ocean of emerald, I can't even imagine how that would look like in my mind in real life. The floor was emerald, like a jaded emerald. They talk about Zion. It looked like the city was paved with gold. That's El Dorado. They got that from him. When Yeshua came and
Mhm.
talked about, like, look, he's planning, he's setting up mansions in your name. He's building this for you. All you have to do is
Mhm.
endure, beat out temptation, fight that, because each of us will have it the way we can handle. I think the most high for you boys. I've learned how to listen to my boys and not listen at man, I'm they pops, I know better. No, where is the Most High gonna warn me from? Where is he gonna advise me from? Am I patient enough to hear it from the mouth of babes, or would my ego let me bypass that? I mean, sometimes you may get a profound statement that may make no sense, like, "Hey, let's use chopsticks." But
Mhm.
other times, you may have something that gets you closer, gives you a little bit more clearer sight, aligned vision into Zion and getting it, and also receiving the pebble. We call it a little pebble, a mustard seed, but it's big. Receiving that pebble. Because I remember Men in Black try to recreate that. Where they'd be like, man, the whole universe could be in the tiny places. They got that from the Most High. He said the mustard seed. Yahshua said that the mustard, or you have to have the faith of a mustard seed. So that pebble to gain access to it. Remember, Moshe could see it. He didn't go into it. Not in that sense, because he's in there. He's in that kingdom. But the physical part. So guys, we're gonna be creating physical Zions. We're gonna create physical places of peace. That's only because it's echoing our spiritual self. It's only because it's an aftermath of where we at. It's only because where our armor, what wars, what arrows are stuck in our shields and stuck in our armor
Mm.
that we didn't even
Mhm.
pay attention to. The Most High protected us from. He's the front and he's the back. He's the shield and he's the rear guard. That's why this is not a soft God. It's not, oh man, you need to hug and kumbaya. No, this God is God, Elohim, a host. That means a war. And we do battle every day, young men. Future kings, current kings, priestly kings. Every
Mhm.
day they're coming at you. And we fire back. We just don't sit. We're not the group that's just gonna be like, oh man, we're just putting up defenses. Chills. No. I love my boys because we stay on the aggressive. We stay on the offensive. Take the shield, the sword, or the word, and we attack. We meet Yahya at the gate. For those of y'all that's getting into it, when we say unpacking meeting Yahya at the gate, is Yahshua said, in Matthew, Luke, and John, he talked about he did not come here to focus on those that are doing the thing already. All right, he came to get those lost sheep. What we're saying, we're taking that and we're backing him up. We're saying, like, look, you don't have to worry about us. We're not lost. We'll meet you at the gate to open the gate for you. I mean, to meet, sorry. So you open the gate for us, excuse me. We're not going to burden you. We're going to help you. Maybe take a couple sheeps along the way. Uncle Marvin, if I get Uncle Marvin, you know what I mean? Put Uncle Greg in my
Mhm.
back pocket, you know what I'm saying? That was kind of good looks. You know what I'm saying? Bring Uncle Jonesy, kind of good looks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some people that's going to be there. They won't need our help. But there's going to be other people that's going to need us. And not to say what you sitting there talking, but your actions. Did you really wear it on your heart, or did you just talking trash on a Soul Food Sabbath Sunday? I mean Sabbath day, Soul Food Sabbath Saturday. Excuse me. Are you
Mm.
gonna be like those only go to church? I'm not calling them out because it's not about that. But I'm only set apart when I'm in church. Other than that, I'm not. Are we gonna be one of those guys? That's the case. They'll be set apart on Saturday after we read and kill online while while y'all in the spirit. I got y'all in the spirit. All right.
Yeah, I got my
Sliding off
set
to the next.
apart armor on 25:8.
And we talk about in Ephesians. So this is not something we made up, people in that world. We didn't make this up. We've fallen into this. We're gonna blaze it up. Got to. Got no other choice. The other side is whack. You know what I'm saying? I'm big. You know what's something that's new, right? And no knock to y'all sodomites that's listening, but I'm eating. Thanks to your fasting, talk, opening that door. I'm studying a little bit more about it, intermittent fasting. I'm actually eating healthier and more cautious because I don't like sometimes how I feel when things come out, right? But with the balance, like when the most I
That's
talk
why I
about,
stopped
like,
eating
look,
pizza.
thank you. I had to learn that the hard way. Like we could actually eat fruits from a tree
Facts.
and get everything we need.
Meat
I'm not telling
stays.
people to go ahead, big. I'm listening.
I was saying meat stays in your body for like 6 to 8 months. So like you're basically holding a dead carcass in your body, which makes you feel depressed and all that. That's is really the meat and what you're eating.
Also, I'm gonna add on to. I'm gonna piggyback off of that too, big. Because there's clean and unclean. Right? Unclean meats the Most High gave us access to. You're taking it to the higher levels of fasting, so people on the other side understand. We're not telling you to stop eating meat. We're not even telling you what to eat, right? Because that's not our role. If you want to get that, please go to Deuteronomy. Please do yourself a favor, because we're none of us here are your gods. None of us here are your leaders. I barely could tell these boys what to do. Last week, Big beat me. You know what I'm saying, for losing a Halo. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm sorry, Big. You know what I mean? So we don't have that ego here. You know what I mean? What we're really attempting to say is there is a cleansiness even entering in your body, even when they're praying for your food. So when they're preparing your food, there's an energy behind that. And Big is addressing the scientifical aspect of to that. But I'm adding also that means that whatever they prayed on, if you don't pray over it, stays in your system that long too, my friend. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's go. So always wash away whatever energy that they have on your food, right? The best you can, if you can do it, if you can remember. And if you can't do that, just thank him for that opportunity to eat. Because we can all be in
Facts.
a greater famine. Famine, sorry. So I ain't gonna hold you, big. I'm sorry.
Stay positive and blessed.
And bless. All right. So now we sliding off into Yeshayah, the 53rd chapter. We have 12 over here. I mean, everybody gets their share of love.
But
You want to tell us the number?
There you shoot. I used to like it too. It
ah!
was okay with me too, man. I was gonna be quiet, man.
I
Oh,
mean,
but
I,
Big jumped in
I
there, man. You
for
gonna
I
talk?
for I foreshadowed it in the beginning.
Said four, baby. We all get four.
That was the
Alright.
bar.
He should change his name to Little Snitch and Pooh.
Bleh!
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm watching you.
Here we go. Who has believed our report? And to whom was the arm of Yahweh revealed? For he grew up before him as a tender plant, as a root, excuse me, as a root out of dry ground. He has no form or splendor that we should look upon him, nor appearance that we should desire him. Despised and rejected by men, a man of pains and knowing sickness, and as one from whom the face is hidden, being despised, and we did not consider him. Truly, he has borne our sicknesses and carried our pains. Yet we reckoned him smitten, stricken by Elohim, and afflicted.
But he was pierced for our transgressions. I'm coming. You know, I'm coming back to this one. He was crushed for our crookedness. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. You already know who they talking about. We all, like sheep, went astray. Each one of us has turned to his own way, and Yahuwah has laid on him the crookedness of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, but he did not open his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent. But he did not open his mouth. He was taken from prison, from judgment. And as for his generation, who considered that he shall be cut off from the land of the living? For the transgression of my people he was stricken.
And he was appointed a burial site with the wrong and with the rich at his death, because he had done no violence, nor was deceit in his mouth. But Yahweh was pleased to crush him. He laid sickness on him, that when he made himself an offering for guilt, he would see a seed. He would prolong his days, and the pleasure of Yahweh prosper in his hand. He would see the result of suffering of his life and be satisfied. Through his knowledge, my righteous servant makes many righteous, and he bears their crookedness. Therefore, I give him a portion among the great, and he divides the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his being unto death, and he was counted with the transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors.
Oh, King. Oh.
That's Big Yeshua right there.
You already know. Big Yeshua is the illest. So, all right, shoot. I'm gonna let you handle this, man, because I don't even think they want this. They don't even think they want this, sir. I don't even think they want this.
I'm sucking that one in.
Big, would you like for me to go, or you want to rip this? Rip it and rip it. Flip it and rip it and rip it and rip it.
I had the whole verse 1 through 9 highlighted already.
Yeah, I just took it all the way down to 12. Why not?
I
Oh, why not? He said, oh, why not?
mean, the whole thing should really be highlighted because this was really him reminding the people of what his son did for us.
So here's the deal, Big. This is what I'm telling. We have to be mindful, right, of time, McFly. He is telling these people, look, you guys have really went astray. I'm gonna send someone. This is how you're gonna recognize him. Because the adversary is paying attention. If we know that the whatever NCA, NCAA, NCP, NASA, NAVDEC is listening to our phone conversations, and we talk a little bit different than the phone than we would in person, imagine the Most High putting it in the book that can go through many generations. How would you protect and hide your baby? That's like saying, how would somebody know about Big 7 generations before if it wasn't the Most High? 7 generations back. That's like us shot calling a kid. We're gonna call him such and such, skinny feet.
Yeah.
Skinny feet's gonna be the one that takes all the problems of the world. Why skinny feet? Because feet gonna be skinny. But then that's metaphorically, his feet wasn't really skinny. He just had a light load or something. but to make it, to create it, excuse me, and have it being understood in so many languages after the fact. So many nations understand it after the fact. Because mind you, in the time of Yeshua, I mean, we read it in the time of Yeshua. Ain't nobody was rushing in. These were all his people. There was too many other nations involved. They had to see it. They knew more about him in his death because that's what he came to fulfill. So those people that try to separate fathers from sons, mothers from daughters, by taking the New Testament and making something of its own without understanding this is where it came from. This was a buildup. This was a payoff, and you're just gonna miss it. I know it's drive pool crazy sometimes when I run past. Hey, here go 3 armor vests. I told you about this 3 armor vest. I was running you in another building, looking crazy, looking for money. You could go sell what I got for you. But the patience, here goes this armor vest, and then come back. I don't see it. It's right here.
Yeah.
The patience. Now imagine that. That's a vest. We're talking about your salvation, his reputation. Yeah, his reputation. Because all the other minors, all the other beings greater than us or no, he put it out there on the line for us. His chosen, I should say. We should be blessed to be one of the chosen. So don't think this is something you just get because, oh, you're handsome, beautiful looking guys. Oh, because you're black. That wasn't even a thing. Yeshua came and made it so you can have the faith. Because those of us who was part of the blood, we started abusing it. We got lost. We thought it was us when it was the Most High. Thought of what we said, our skills, but it was His discernment, what He gave us with, the talents He blessed us with. Big, you didn't make your height. You can be like, you know what? I'm gonna be 78 feet tall. No, the Most High blessed you.
Facts.
So those are the things, those small little things He asks us to remember. But they could be heavy, especially when you have an ego. Especially when you personally need to be right. That's why He keeps saying every man think they're right in their own heart. Evil continuously. You have no order. You guys are dirty. Don't even know how to get clean. Bleach scares you. Bleach. You should be happy to see bleach. It scares you. When we say bleach, y'all, I'm talking about the spiritual bleach, the cleansing.
No, thank God. I thought you were talking about clean it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm saying I know you want to drink something, but we're advising y'all not to drink something. Only little killer poo can do stuff like that, okay, and get away with it. Nobody else. Don't drink no bleach. Kidding, y'all. Kids, please don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like right now, okay, let me give you a case in point. Right, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I was looking at when I myself was looking at something about how they were talking about the past and Egyptian and how great they were at Marvel. They were talking about reading Sanskrit and Indian, like they were talking about how marvelous these people were more than us, right? And I got it. I got the premise. They're talking about like how there's stuff that they found manuscripts that they can make water. Like they wasn't calling it water, it was calling it something else. But when you translate it, they were making water. They were purifying water, but they were making water out of just magnesium, blah 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 blah, this and that, there, and making water, right? They were talking about like the Vimana in Indian text Sanskrit, 5,000 years old, right? They're talking about jet propulsion or flying houses or flying boats, right? Or you know what I'm saying? And they were talking about going as far as they got maps of them flying to the US or what you would call whatever it was called then, right? They didn't call it the US, they called it something else. They showed the maps of the world, right? So they will started to worship or start to praise these people as if they were deities. All I saw was like, look, these were the fallen technology that they had, and that's the best they could get out of it. Just a high mention from these other losers about these instead of praising the Most High, right? Because they were like, man, abruptly all their technology gone. Yeah, you don't think that was a flood? Like now, ask yourselves, right? Ask yourselves what y'all really want to believe in. So I'm not saying the Harry Krishna wouldn't didn't exist. That's probably the deity of that group. But trust and believe the Most High shut all of that down, and He used His people to do it. He used His beings to do it. So the reputation is on the line. I know it's tough to say because I wasn't the best at this when I was y'all age, right? But there was always that you walk as a member of this family. You represent and carry yourself and comport yourself as. And when you walk like that, pestilence don't be around you. You rarely get stopped. You rarely get picked. You rarely get profiled because you're walking in that. And if they do come for you, oh, best believe that they mess with the child of the king. Oh, things are gonna happen. So I'm going back to this already talked about Yahya. This already talked about the Messiah. So there's no confusion, people. There's no confusion.
1 second,
Eh,
gentlemen. I'm gonna grab some water. You can
Yes, sir.
continue though.
So all that he talked about, and even when you connect it, right? Even when you go into the New Testament, they're talking about what's going on here. Even when he passed, they talked about this. So that's how you got identified. The Most High would take you through the whole rigors. You just gotta be ready to endure. Give me a second. I'm highlighting the whole thing, big. My book. This thing was crazy, and I gotta take the notes. Sometimes people don't understand the connection, and it's verses like this, like it's chapters like this that really can you can start to help them. But if they choose not to go, then that's on them. At least you know. That's all that matters. Knowing is half the battle.
Facts.
Some of us are afflicted. Some of us are like some of us just can't be like some of
I'm
us
back.
can't be left alone. Some of us like we just can't be in peace. We gotta find like self sabotage. Some of us that we need to sabotage something. We need to have the spirit of chaos on us. Just because like we can't have things in peace. It can't be peaceful. All right, I'm just highlighting this whole thing. Shoot, my fault in the book. Let me while we're doing this, I don't want to jump too far ahead and just be rushed. But give me 1 second. Enjoy that sip of water there. The nice, cool water, fresh and pop. Almost there. Yeah, old fashioned way. Take your time. Okay. Ooh, I have to get the whole thing, and I gotta write in my notebook. Sorry. Let me write this in my notebook. In my Junior Scholastic notebook. I should have started this. Sorry for the dead air, guys. D3 talks about he. All right, I'm good. E JC. Good and B. Okay. Now we on 54. Would that have been like 8? So two people will have. Wait, sorry. So two people will have six. One person will have five.
Mhm.
What do you think, Big? Take it away, Big.
Huh?
Yep, good answer. Now I was saying two people will have. Did I get that? Two people will have six. One person will have five.
Right?
You ready, Big?
I've been ready.
Okay, I'm sorry. Trying to get myself position. You said
Yeah.
donation, donation. I thought it was trash. Hold up. Let me get ready. Let me get ready. I'm ready.
King of barren one, you who did not bear, break forth into singing, cry aloud. You have not been in labor. The children of the deserted one are more than the children of the married woman. Said Yahweh. Enlarge the place of your tent, and let them stretch out the curtains of your dwellings. Bear not, lengthen your cords, and strengthen your stakes, for you shall break forth to the right, to the left, and your seed inherit the nations. You make the deserted cities inhabited. Do not fear, for you shall not be put to shame, nor hurt. You shall not be humiliated. For the shame of your youth you shall forget, and not remember the reproach of your widowhood anymore. For your Maker is your husband. Yahweh of hosts is his name, and the set apart one of Israel is your Redeemer.
Mm,
He is called the Elohim of all the earth.
mm.
For Yahweh has called you like a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, like a wife of youth, when you refuse to praise your Elohim.
For a little, for a little while I have forsaken you, but with great compassion I shall gather you. In an overflow of wrath I hide my face from you for a moment. But with everlasting love and commitment I shall have compassion on you, says Yahuwah, your Redeemer. But this is the water of Noe to me, in that I have sworn that the waters of Noe would never again cover the earth. So I have sworn not to be wroth with you, nor to rebuke you. For though the mountains be removed and the hills be shaking, my love and commitment is not removed from you, nor is my covenant of peace shaken, says Yahuwah, who has compassion on you. O you afflicted one, tossed with storm, not with comfort. See, I am setting your stones in anatomy, and shall lay your foundations with sapphires.
And shall make your battlements of rubies, your gates of crystal, and all your walls of precious stones, and all your children taught by Yahweh, and the peace of your children great. In righteousness you shall be established far from oppression, for you shall not fear, and far from ruin, for it does not come near you. See, they shall indeed assemble, but not because of me. Whoever shall assemble against you falls for your sake. See, I myself have created a blacksmith who blows the coals in the fire, who brings forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and
Mm,
every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall prove wrong.
mm,
This is the inheritance of servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness from me, declares Yahweh.
mm. This is some
Amen.
powerful stuff. Powerful juju right here. Look, I'll write that down.
And this was also already highlighted. Everything was.
Everything. Wow. Not the 54. True.
Look now, anyone.
I mean, to me, I'm gonna say he's still just trying to tell him, like, there's nothing wrong with staying with me because our everlasting covenant been a covenant. It's gonna be for you and your family. It's gonna be for all your generations. And then that's why he made the rainbow in the sky for an everlasting reminder that he will not flood the earth.
Look how super dope. I'm piggyback off what you're saying too, Big. Look how super dope this is. Like, this is why we man can't, we would never understand the Most High until He allows us to, right? The Most High is going far back as that. You understand? He's going far back as the flood of Noah. He's not saying, yeah, man, I hooked you up, King David. And he said, look, I've been with you since then. I saw the Nephilim DNA. I couldn't even explain it to you guys. You guys wouldn't even understand it. You guys was worshiping some craziness. But the promise I made, I'm not gonna let that promise go. You think I gave a covenant just to Abraham? That was for him and his seed. I also gave a covenant to Noe. I'm not gonna flood it again. That's a promise. I made a covenant to Adam. We will get right. We will get right. Seth will be your new Abel, your new Adam. And then Yahshua will be the newer Adam. And what's that? My servant, my blood servant, my child servant leader. The one who looks at his community and take care of it. Remember, he came after day sixers. Yeah, you're gonna be the baby, but you're gonna be the one that I'll give you the authority to rule over my people, to rule over all people, all nations. And how you trying to act? What kind of ruler you guys gonna be? Do you guys just forget me? That's why I love 12. Like he keeps saying it. David said it. Yahweh said it. David said, excuse me. It's the same thing. I'm going jumping down to verse 12. I mean, yeah, verse 12, excuse me. It says, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall prove wrong. This is the inheritance of the servants of the Most High, or Yahuwah, or Yahweh as you call him, and their righteousness from me declares Yahuwah, Yahweh as you call him. Gave that same to King David. He's sharing what he was giving the kings with every one of you who chooses to be his servants. Honor your word. Be men of your word. Be people he will love and trust and not just have compassion for. That's the challenge I got for us. And I appreciate his love and compassion. But I want to take it to the next level. Big?
I'm soaking that one in.
Right. We're into the home stretch. So one lucky person will get 5, and us two would just have 4.
I'll take the 5.
Not if
Yes,
I
yeah.
take it for. No, I'm kidding.
Damn!
He's like, gotcha.
Thief!
Alright. Oh, everyone who thirsts, come to the waters, and you who have no silver, come, buy and eat. Come, buy wine and milk without silver and without price. Why do you weigh out silver for what is not bread, and you labor for what does not satisfy. Listen to me, and eat what is good, and let your being delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear and come to me here, so that your being lives. And let me make an everlasting covenant with you.
Mm,
The trustworthy, loving commitments of Dawood.
mm,
See, I have given him as a witness to the people, a leader and a commander for the people.
mm. See, a nation you do not know, you shall call. A nation who does not know, you run to. Because of Yahuwah, your Elohim, the set apart one of Yisrael, for he has adorned you. Seek Yahuwah while he is to be found. Call on him when he is near. Let the wrong forsake his way, and let the unrighteous man his thought. Let him return to Yahuwah, who has compassion on him, to our Elohim, for he pardons much. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declare Yahuwah. That's simple.
For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my
Hmm,
thoughts than your thoughts.
hmm,
For as the rain comes down and the snow from the heavens, and do not return there, but water the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, and give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so is my word that goes forth from my mouth. It does not return to me empty, but shall do what I please, and shall certainly accomplish what I sent it for. For with joy you go out, and with peace you are brought in. The mountains and the hills break forth into singing before you, and all the trees of the field clap the hands. Instead of the thorn, the cypress comes up, and instead of the nettle, the myrtle comes up. And it shall be to Yahweh for a name, for an everlasting sign which is not cut off.
hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh yeah, and I got everything highlighted in this one,
Yeah,
but the one that brings me joy is verse 12.
talk to them.
For with joy you go out, and with peace you are brought in. And that's basically what it feels like living with the set apart spirit and having the spiritual armor of Yahweh. Because everything you do, you have joy, and you always come back peacefully.
Hmm.
Take it away, General Nor.
Lose
Take it away, General Nor. Die.
taking a potty break.
Crazy. Well, you ain't got nothing to say, boo?
I'm sorry that one in.
Sheesh. Die.
Um, is not good? He's calling on WhatsApp.
Die.
All right, guys. Sorry, my power just went out.
Oh, your power went out.
Yeah, I got to get a generator. That's my next stop to get a generator. But yeah, Big, can they hear? Is there a way we can have them hear me online, or that's it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
because
hear
we're
you
almost
right
done.
now.
Perfect. Yeah, nobody's gonna stop. No power outage is gonna stop this word, this message from getting across there. So, piggyback on what you're saying, Big, you're right. The whole thing needs to be highlighted. One of the things is 12. That was beautiful. Another one was 8. Well, really, from
from 6, wait, from 7, sorry, 7, 8, and 9. It says in the, what is it? Hold on, I'm sorry. And as in Yeshayah 51st chapter, in the 7th, 8th, and 9th verse, says, "Let the wrong forsake his ways, and let the unrighteous man his thoughts. Let him return to Yahuwah, who has compassion on him, and to our Elohim, for he pardons much." Right? That's like, hey, stop doing wrong. Right? Now it's like, look, you will never get him, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declare Yahuwah. He did just was saying what was the truth. So it's nothing to be like, oh man, see, I told you guys, this is the truth. Right? I can't even boast in the truth anymore because that's what it is. Then it says, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth," right? That's everything. That's the spiritual realm. That's the actual altitude, like the height. It's higher than here. "So are my ways higher than your ways, my thoughts than your thoughts." Right? And he even let you know a little bit more. "For as the rain come down and the snow fall from the heavens and do not return there, but water the earth and make it bring forth a bud and give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So is my word that goes forth from my mouth and does not return to me empty, but shall do what I please, and shall certainly accomplish what I sent it for." That's when Yeshua is the word, and he said this is accomplished. What do you think he's talking about? So yes, it is about Yahya, but it's about all of us, because there's more. Yahya went to go get the keys. He went to free us up. His name is going. He's going to get the grace and the honor. He's going to sit at the right foot. He was the one that we're talking about. We got that. But there's more work that needs to be done. In Revelation, they talk about different beings doing different things. We are on the right side. That was what the Most High moment really was for me this morning. That we are on the right side. We're on the winning side. All we gotta do is be patient.
Facts.
Shoot, man, I know we only got like 30 minutes or less, man. I ain't trying to order a pizza, man. Can you just give us 30 minutes synopsis?
Well, I don't think it was Matthew's. I'm still talking to him.
Yeah.
He said, no. He said, yeah, I have it. You gotta be cooking tonight. Wow. Yeah, this whole thing gotta get highlighted.
Yeah.
Another thing too, like here's another thing that's so dope. He starts this. He said in the first verse, he says, "Oh, everyone who thirsts, come to the waters." Meaning, you need knowledge. You need a house. You're hungry for this knowledge, truth. He's giving you the water, and you have no silver. Come by and eat. You got no money. Come eat this knowledge. Come buy wine and milk without silver and without a price. Your money, I don't even need your money here. Why do you weigh out silver for what is not bread, and your labor for what does not satisfy? Like, what are you? You getting there? You're going to be employee of the month for what? I mean, I'm not knocking working hard, right? You're sitting there taking time away from your loved ones, your family, especially the Most High. So what? You could be the top cop at work. Listen to me and eat what is good. Consume what you need, people. And let your being delight itself in fatness. So much of this truth. So he even jumped in the way and jumping in the three. It's like it's almost condensing everything we're just talking about. I said, incline your ear and come to me here, so that your being lives. Like you're walking dead. When people talking about eating dead, we gotta eat to live. And let me make an everlasting covenant with you. Let me get with you the trustworthy, loving commitments of Dawah, because not everybody's gonna get the same contract. Not everybody gonna get even the option to. See, I have given him as a witness to the people, a leader and a commander for their people. That came out of his bloodline. So when I was talking to you, Shu, about like, man, when you guys do well, it's almost like I get a blessing too. And I'm talking about well in the eyes of the Most High. I'm not talking about, man, what you did in school. And it's not knocking that. Those achievements we can conquer every day. But not at the expense of forgetting the Most High. Not at the expense of discarding him. Not at the expense of, hey, you know what? I'm going to just go see him on Sunday, on Jesus' Day. 45 minutes in church. Not at the expense of that. In vain, in vanity.
Fact.
You know, we put him first.
All the
In
time.
this, we put him first. We put him first. And it's just everything falls in easier. They people that put their woman first. And these same guys are in a prison. And they the woman in prison. Right? There's some people that put their children first. Now you got these kids that are just spoiled and unruly. You put these spoiled kids out there. You could have put the Most High first and had these kids believe in the Most High and be well-rounded people. Not only well-rounded people, but future leaders, lights in their community. No. You wanted to silently worship yourself by worshiping your kids. You put your whole faith in a system, a financial system. You wake up every morning to check where these numbers are. Every morning. You fall into a spell. Every morning. No time to thank the Most High. No, not even thank him. Not even appreciate the fact that you can do this stupid stuff. And I'm not saying stupid. I'm sorry. It's just, it's what they say. It's vapor. It's nothing. It means nothing. All the stuff I showed you in the house and all this cool things. When the power goes out, what can I do with these things? But now imagine me worshiping. Oh man, I did all of this, and I got this. People like that. They take materialism to the next level. Man, I got the flyers. Yeah, I got what you got? Something a man put together or his AI put together? A car? Oh man, I got a Lamborghini Testarossa. Okay. I hope you enjoy it. Because that's your reward. Hopefully in 10 years you can get a rebel. I don't know. I mean, enjoy it. You will be empty. You will be void without form and or spirit. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be empty. Because that's when other entities jump in. And I'm here to perform exorcisms, not to be exercised on. And if I have to be exercised on and cultured by the Most High, so be it. Let him do it. But yeah, we don't turn back. We can't turn back. It's on. Once again, it's on. Gentlemen. Oh wow, look at the Most High. The power came right back on. That's lit. I said, gentlemen, it said peep. That's it. I was gonna, he's crazy. I was gonna say like, man, unfortunately, once I was gonna say like, when the power get back on, I'm gonna see where you guys are at. But looks like I'll be seeing you guys very soon.
But
Yeah. So concludes our Sabbath day, Soul Food Sabbath day reading. I mean, appreciate y'all that was online, that stuck with us even through a power outing, right? The word will never stop. It can't be stopped, won't stop. And
facts.
I didn't know we can even grow. All the stuff we do, I didn't even know this is where we're going to grow and have people join us. But those of y'all that took the time to join us, we appreciate y'all. Much love
Facts.
and respect.
Love
Much love and
all
respect.
y'all.
Appreciate y'all.